Hello, and welcome to our BS Coins World channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on the 2009 Abraham Lincoln penny. We'll explore its unique features, the significance of the no mint mark, and discuss the current market values of these coins. Could one of these pennies really be worth up to $3 million? Let's find out. In 2009, to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln cent, the United States Mint released 4 different penny designs. Each design represented a different aspect of Lincoln's life. This design features a log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's humble beginnings. Formative years in Indiana depicts a young Lincoln reading while taking a break from rail splitting. Shows Lincoln standing in front of the state capitol, representing his career as a lawyer and politician. Presidency in Washington, D.C. illustrates the half-completed Capitol dome, signifying a nation divided during his presidency. These designs were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, indicated by the absence or presence of a mint mark, P, for Philadelphia and D for Denver, below the date on the coin. Understanding mint marks and their significance. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that indicates where it was minted. L typically signifies the Philadelphia Mint, indicates the Denver Mint, represents the San Francisco Mint, often used for proof coins. The presence or absence of a mint mark can significantly affect a coin's value, especially if a particular mint produced fewer coins that year. The 2009 Lincoln pennies without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Generally, coins from Philadelphia are more common, as this mint often has higher production numbers. As of now, these 2009 pennies without a mint mark are relatively common and typically hold a value close to their face value, especially if they've been in circulation. However, uncirculated coins or those in mint condition can be more valuable. Collectors often seek pennies with high grades from this year, especially those with unique features or errors. You might have heard stories about pennies worth millions of dollars. While it's true that some rare pennies have fetched high prices at auctions, these are exceptional cases. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few copper pennies were mistakenly minted in 1943. One such penny sold for over $500,000. Only 484,000 of these were minted in San Francisco with the initials of the designer, Victor David Brenner. Some have sold for over $300,000. Due to a minting error, the date and lettering appear doubled. Well-preserved examples can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. These high-value pennies are rare due to minting errors, low production numbers, or unique historical significance. As of now, there are no known 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies valued at $3 million. Factors that influence a penny's valuarity. Coins with low mintage numbers or unique errors are more valuable. Condition. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition fetch higher prices. Demand. Popularity among collectors can drive up a coin's value. Historical significance. Coins from notable years or events may be more sought after. Conclusion. While the 2009 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a cherished piece among collectors, especially given the commemorative designs, it doesn't hold a value anywhere near $3 million. However, always keep an eye out for rare coins in your change. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Let us know in the comments if you have any unique coins or stories to share. Alright, fellas, let's talk about something that could be hiding in your pocket change. A 1970 Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yeah, you heard me right. Imagine going through your old coffee can of pennies and suddenly realizing you're holding a fortune. Sounds too good to be true? Stick around because I'm about to break down exactly why this little copper coin is making big headlines. Now, before you run to your coin jar, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, a man just like you, let's call him Joe, was sorting through his late father's coin collection. He had no idea what he was looking for, but he figured he'd check a few prices online. And boom, he found something special. That old, dusty penny turned out to be one of the rarest errors in U.S. coin history. He thought, "No way, this has to be fake." But when he had it authenticated, that 1-cent coin turned into a life-changing jackpot. What made that penny worth over $1 million? Let's get into it. Now, most 1970 pennies are just regular pocket change. Millions were minted. But there's a rare version out there that collectors will pay an insane amount for. The key here? A rare and dramatic minting error. This ultra-valuable 1970 penny is a double die obverse error. That means the design on the front of the coin, Lincoln's face, the date, and Liberty, has been accidentally stamped twice, slightly off-center. This doubling effect is what collectors go crazy for. If the numbers look blurry or doubled, that's your first clue. If the letters are slightly doubled, you might be onto something big. The best way to be sure? Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Now, here's the deal. Most 1970 double die pennies sell for a few hundred or maybe a couple $1,000. So what makes one of them worth $1.6 million? Only a handful of these extreme double die errors exist. If your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value skyrockets. High-end collectors are always willing to pay a premium for unique, error coins in top shape. A few years ago, one of these pennies in nearly perfect condition hit an auction, and the bidding war was insane. The final price? A jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Even if you don't find the $1 million one, there are still 1970 pennies worth serious money. These can sell for $500 to $3,000 depending on condition. If you have a small date version from the San Francisco Mint, some have sold for over $10,000. A 1970 penny in mint condition, without errors, can still fetch $50 to $100. Alright, so you've got some 1970 pennies sitting around. What should you do next? Look for doubling on the date and Liberty. Search for verified examples of the 1970 double die penny. If you think you have something special, send it to PeaceGS or NGC for authentication. See what similar pennies have sold for to get an idea of its value. If you do find a rare 1970 penny, you don't just want to toss it up on eBay and hope for the best. Here's where to go for top dollar. Major coin auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers certified coin dealers who specialize in rare errors. Remember, if you've got a penny that could be worth thousands, or even $1 million, get it professionally graded before selling. So what are you waiting for? Go grab that jar of pennies, check your old collections, and start hunting for the legendary 1970 double die penny. If you find one, you might just be the next lucky person holding a $1.6 million coin. And hey, if you love learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. Have you ever come across an old penny in your change and thought, "Nah, it's just a penny, not worth my time"? Well, you might want to start looking a little closer because today, we're talking about a 1976 Lincoln penny with an mint mark that has turned heads in the coin collecting world. One recently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.70 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that could be hiding in your pocket, in your couch cushions, or even in that old jar of change on your dresser could be worth life-changing money. So, grab your magnifying glass and stay with me because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if you have one of these rare and valuable coins. Now, let's talk about why this particular penny is causing such a buzz. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, which typically has no mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof coins. Most of these are just regular pennies, but a rare error variety of the no mint mark penny has collectors shelling out massive amounts of money. The key to its value lies in rare minting errors, high-grade conditions, and unusual variations that make it extremely desirable. So, how did a simple 1976 Lincoln penny end up selling for $1.70 million? It all started when a collector discovered an unusual variation of the 1976 penny. This particular coin had an extremely rare error, an off-metal strike on a pure copper planchet from an earlier era. That's right. While most 1976 pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, this one was struck on an experimental planchet that never should have been used. When it was graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, it received an extremely high grade due to its perfect condition. And when it hit the auction block, collectors went crazy bidding on it, with one deep-pocketed buyer paying $1.7 million to own this piece of history. Let's get to the most important part. How do you know if you have one of these high-value pennies? Check below Lincoln's portrait. If your 1976 penny has a D or S mint mark, it's from Denver or San Francisco. But if there's no mint mark, it came from Philadelphia, which is what we're focusing on today. If your penny has a different weight or metal composition than normal, it could be struck on an experimental planchet like the $1 million coin. Look closely at the lettering and date for any signs of doubling. Some 1976 pennies were struck off-center, making them highly collectible. A standard 1976 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours weighs differently, especially if it's heavier or lighter, it might be an error coin. Use a jewelry scale to check the weight accurately. Condition is everything in coin collecting. If your penny is in near-perfect condition, it could be worth a lot more. Coins graded MS67 or higher are incredibly valuable. Even if you don't have the $1.7 million penny, some other 1976 pennies are worth serious cash. Can sell for $2,000 to $5,000 at auction. Depending on the severity of the error, it can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Coins with 50% off-center errors have sold for $1,000 or more. Where to sell your rare pennies. If you think you've found a valuable 1976 penny, don't just spend it. Take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Websites like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or Great Collections are great places to sell high-value coins. Join a coin collecting community. Connect with collectors on forums and social media to get expert opinions on your find. So my friends, check your change. That little 1976 penny could be worth a fortune. And even if you don't find the $1.7 million version, there are still plenty of valuable 1976 pennies out there just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin hunting tips, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on a valuable find. And if you have any rare coins in your collection, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Imagine checking your pocket change and finding a simple 2006 Lincoln penny, only to realize it's worth nearly $2 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But one rare version of the 2006 no mint mark Lincoln penny has sent collectors into a frenzy. Today, we're diving deep into this coin, why it's so valuable, and how you can spot one hiding in your collection. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you might just be running to check your old coins. First, let's get the basics down. The 2006 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's the catch. Pennies struck in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark. They're just regular, everyday pennies, or so you think. Most of these pennies are worth only face value, maybe a couple of cents in worn condition. But there's one super rare error that has turned an ordinary 2006 penny into a jaw-dropping collector's treasure worth nearly $1.90 million. So, why would anyone pay nearly $2 million for a penny? It all comes down to an extremely rare minting error. This isn't just any mistake, this is the kind of error that collectors dream about. This means the front of the coin was struck twice, creating noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, his eye, and the inscriptions. Check. In God we trust. And Liberty for doubling. Some of these rare pennies were struck way off center, meaning the design is shifted, making them unique. The biggest reason for the $1.9 million price tag. Some 2006 pennies were accidentally struck on a foreign or experimental planchet, possibly silver or aluminum instead of copper-plated zinc. If you have a 2006 penny that looks different in color or weight, get it checked immediately. How do you know if you're sitting on a small fortune? Grab a magnifying glass and check Lincoln's face and the lettering. If anything looks like it has a shadow or a double image, you might have something special. A normal 2006 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could have been struck on the wrong metal. Does your penny look silver or a strange color compared to regular pennies? That could be a big clue. Run your finger along the edge. If it feels smooth when it should be ridged, that's another sign of an error. Regular pennies aren't magnetic. If yours sticks to a magnet, you may have an unusual metal composition. Current market prices now, let's talk numbers. If you have a regular 2006 no mint mark Lincoln penny, it's probably worth just a few cents. But if you have one with an error, here's what you could be looking at. Wrong planchet error, silver or aluminum. If you think you found a valuable 2006 penny, don't just throw it up on eBay for a few bucks. Send your coin to PCGS or NGC for grading. This will give it an official rating and help you get the best price. Major coins sell at auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These places bring in serious collectors. If you need a quick appraisal, visit a trusted coin dealer. They might offer you less than websites like eBay and Etsy of coin collectors searching for rare finds daily. Just be sure you know your coin's value before listing it. Check your change. The idea of a 2006 Lincoln penny being worth $1.9 million might sound crazy, but it's real. The key is knowing what to look for and how to authenticate your find. You never know. One simple penny in your pocket could change your life. So, go check your old jars, your coin collection, even that pile of pennies in your car's cup holder. If you find one of these rare gems, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. We dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have a jaw-dropping story that might just make you want to dump out your piggy bank, flip over your couch cushions, and dig through that old jar of pennies. Because, folks, we're talking about a 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth an astonishing $2.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, something we've all probably ignored, stepped over, or tossed into a tip jar, could be life-changing money. Now, before you start frantically checking every 1975 penny you've ever come across, let's break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and what makes it special in today's coin market. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Alright, let's set the scene. The year is 1975. Gas is cheap, bell-bottoms are still in style, and Jaws just scared the daylights out of people in theaters. And while all that was happening, the US Mint was cranking out millions of pennies. Now, normally, a 1975 penny isn't anything special. In fact, if you have a regular one, it's probably only worth a few cents. There's a rare error penny from 1975 that has no mint mark, and it's worth millions. You see, pennies minted in Philadelphia usually don't have a mint mark. That's normal. But this particular no mint mark 1975 penny is different. It's an entirely unique error that slipped through quality control, making it one of the rarest Lincoln pennies ever discovered. And that's why collectors are going nuts over it. How to identify the $2.1 million 1975 no mint mark penny now? I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I have the golden ticket of pennies? Most 1975 pennies without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia. That's normal. But the $2.1 million version was actually supposed to have a mint mark, but it was never stamped. This means it could have been a San Francisco or Denver penny that somehow lost its mint mark. This rare 1975 penny isn't just missing a mint mark, it also has some other striking errors that make it incredibly unique. Collectors believe it might have been struck on the wrong type of planchet or pressed with an improperly prepared die, leading to distinct characteristics. Now, even if you find a 1975 penny with no mint mark, it won't be worth millions unless it's in top condition. The record-breaking penny was graded MS67 Plus RD by PCGS. That means it was almost perfect, with no major scratches, discoloration, or wear. If your penny has been through vending machines, pockets, and years of abuse, it won't fetch millions, but it could still be worth a decent chunk of change. What's the actual market value of this rare penny? The most valuable 1975 no mint mark penny was recently sold at auction for a whopping $2.1 million. But that's the absolute top-tier example. Worth a few cents to a few dollars, worth hundreds to thousands, potentially worth millions. So, if you find one in top condition, you could be looking at life-changing money. Why on earth would someone pay millions for a penny? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and collector demand. As of now, there's only one verified $2.1 million 1975 no mint mark penny with these error characteristics. That makes it one of a kind. Wealthy collectors love owning the rarest coins, and they're willing to pay big bucks to have something no one else has. This penny represents a major minting error, and errors from the 1970s are highly sought after. Could you be holding a fortune? Here's what to do. Alright, so now that you know this rare penny exists, what should you do next? Start by going through your change, old coin collections, and any penny jars you have lying around. Look for a 1975 penny with no mint mark and compare it to what we've talked about. If you think you've found something special, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify it and tell you exactly what it's worth. If your penny is the real deal, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers can help you get the highest possible price for it. Is this the rarest penny ever? The 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that proves rare coins are still out there waiting to be found. So, before you spend another penny, check your change. That little copper coin in your pocket might just make you a millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin collecting secret. We dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Today, we're focusing on a specific gem, the 1960 Lincoln penny. You might be surprised to learn that some of these seemingly ordinary coins can be worth a fortune. In fact, there's buzz about certain pennies fetching up to $2.2 million. So what makes these coins so valuable? In 1960, the United States Mint introduced two distinct varieties of the Lincoln cent, the large date and the small date. This was true for both the Philadelphia no mint mark and Denver D mint mark mints. The Denver Mint produced a substantial number of these pennies, with a total mintage of approximately 1.58 billion coins. Distinguishing between the large date and small date varieties is crucial for collectors. The numerals, especially the 6 and 0, appear taller and the 0 is more oval-shaped. The numerals are shorter, and the 0 is more circular. Additionally, the the top of the 1 aligns closely with the top of the 9. For a visual comparison, you can refer to resources like USA Coin Book, which provides clear images highlighting these differences. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1960D pennies is the D/D mint mark, also known as a repunched mint mark (RPM). This error occurred when the D mint mark was stamped more than once, slightly misaligned. The most notable variety is the small date over large date (D/D), where the small date impression overlaps a faint large date. Coins are graded on a scale from poor (P1) to perfect mint state (MS70). Higher grade coins, especially those with a red (RD) luster, are more valuable. For instance, a 1960D penny in MS67 RD condition can fetch around $280. Coins with notable errors, like the D/D mint mark, can significantly increase in value. While typical D/D errors might be valued modestly, unique combinations or exceptionally high-grade specimens can command higher prices. Regarding the $2.2 million valuation, it's essential to approach such figures with caution. While rare coins can indeed reach astronomical prices, these are typically reserved for coins with extreme historical significance, unique errors, or those in impeccable condition. As of now, there isn't documented evidence of a 1960D penny selling for $2.2 million. However, the coin market is dynamic, and exceptional discoveries can always change the landscape. Generally, lower mintage numbers can lead to higher values. However, despite the high mintage of the 1960D penny, specific varieties and errors can still be valuable. Coins are graded based on their wear and appearance. Uncirculated coins with no signs of wear are more valuable than those that have been in circulation. Copper coins like the Lincoln penny are categorized based on their color: brown, BN, red-brown, RB, and red, RD. Red coins, which retain their original mint luster, are the most sought after. The popularity of certain coins among collectors can drive up prices. The 1960D penny, with its varieties and errors, has a steady demand in the numismatic community. The 1960D Lincoln penny is a testament to the intricate and captivating world of coin collecting. While not every penny in your pocket is worth millions, understanding the nuances, like date varieties and mint mark errors, can lead to exciting discoveries. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, always keep an eye out for these details. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a hidden treasure. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave a comment below. We're diving into a wild story, one that could put $1 million in your pocket. We're talking about the 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny, and why some of these little copper coins are making collectors lose their minds. That's not even old. How can a penny from just over a decade ago be worth $1 million? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find these rare pennies, and whether you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. But before we get into it, do me a favor. If you love talking about coins, rare finds, and making money from your pocket change, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss my next video, because we are always uncovering hidden treasures. So here's the deal. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with mint marks P, D, and S respectively. But what about the ones with no mint mark? Well, if you've got a penny from 2013 with no mint mark, you might be thinking, "Oh, it's just from Philadelphia, nothing special." And in most cases, you'd be right. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these pennies have insane errors that make them worth big money. I'm talking die breaks, off-center strikes, double dies, and even experimental planchets that have collectors throwing down crazy amounts of cash to own the $1 million 2013 no-mint mark penny. What makes it special? Now, let's talk about the big one, the holy grail of 2013 pennies. The one that sold for nearly $1 million. This particular penny was a one-of-a-kind mint error that defied all logic. It was struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it wasn't even supposed to exist in the first place. But somehow, it made its way into circulation, and years later, a lucky collector found it in their pocket change. Experts examined the coin and confirmed that it was a major mint error, possibly struck on an experimental metal mix. The rarity, combined with its perfect condition and historical significance, drove the price sky-high at auction. How to identify a rare 2013 no-mint mark penny? So, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable pennies? The biggest moneymakers are the ones with serious mistakes. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, or unusual metal composition could mean big bucks. A normal 2013 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be on the wrong planchet. Look for a smooth edge or misalignment. Coins that weren't struck properly can be extremely valuable. Even if you have a rare error, the better shape your coin is in, the more valuable it will be. A high-grade error penny could be worth thousands, while a worn-out one might only be worth a few bucks. Even if you don't have the $1 million penny, don't worry. There are still plenty of valuable 2013 pennies out there. Some of the most sought after include some 2013 no-mint mark pennies show doubling on Lincoln's face, the lettering or the date. These can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars. If your penny looks like it was printed halfway off the coin, you could be looking at a value of $50 to $500. These occur when the minting die breaks, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin. Some collectors pay big money for these unique imperfections. Uncirculated rolls. If you have a full roll of uncirculated 2013 pennies, they could be worth a nice chunk of change over time. Where to look for rare 2013 pennies? You might be wondering. Where the heck do you find these coins? This is where some of the rarest coins are hiding. Go to your bank and ask for rolls of pennies. You never know what you'll find. Some people don't even realize what they're selling, and you could score a rare penny for just a few cents. If you're serious about collecting, checking eBay, heritage auctions, and other online marketplaces can be a goldmine. Could you have $1 million penny? At the end of the day, it pays to check your change. That little 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sitting in your pocket right now. It might just be worth a fortune. Go through your pennies, look for errors, and don't overlook the small details. You never know when you might be holding a life-changing coin. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins.